Several mutual fund investors have taken to social media, in fact, to complain that they weren't able to buy the dip on Tuesday. Despite placing orders on time, they were not able to receive their NAVs. Now, they got the prices of the next day when the markets had already recovered. What went wrong and what can you do if you face a similar situation? I think we'll have Alex joining us on this one. Alex, good evening. Now, obviously, to begin with, cut the clutter for us. Tell us what really happened. And in a situation like this, who can investors go to? Who essentially will be answering their questions of why they lost the money and who's responsible for it?
Yeah, that's the big question, and that's what investors are essentially asking, Nupur. Where does the buck stop? But let's first understand why this took place. Essentially, when you place an order for a mutual fund scheme, if you place it before the cutoff time, which is for equity mutual funds 2 p.m. on a market trading day, then you should ideally get the net asset value or the price of the same day. Now, what happens is when you place that order, your bank account gets debited. So the bank essentially gets told of this order, the bank account gets debited, the money gets transferred to a payments aggregator, and the payments aggregator then transfers the funds to the mutual fund's bank account. Once the mutual fund receives those funds, it can then allot units. On Tuesday, however, when the equity markets dropped and the Nifty 50, as our viewers will know by now, dropped as much as 6%, mutual fund investors here in India tried to buy that dip, as a result of which volumes went through the roof, with one particular payments or other investment platform saying that they received orders worth 6 times the value that they normally receive on a regular day. As a result of which, according to a chief operating officer I spoke to, the banks delayed or had to delay the kind of transfers from the accounts to the payments aggregator, and the confirmation of that transaction by the payments aggregator to the mutual funds became late as well. Now, initially, it was thought that the BSC Star MF platform, which is what facilitates these orders going through, was where the glitch took place, but they clarified that it was not a glitch at their end. It seemingly is a delay on the part of the banks and the payments aggregator. Now, to your point of who takes the blame, at this juncture, all of these entities are raising their hands and saying, we couldn't really do anything about this. But there is still a recourse, and it is to go to the Scores platform, which is the SEBI redressal platform. And it's, I hope that we can put it on the screen. It is scores.sebi.gov.in, and you can make a complaint on that platform, and you'll have to essentially wait for the regulator to step in and take action.
So, Alex, what you're saying essentially is that the only recourse we have or investors would have is to go to that platform. Thank you very much for that information.